I am the one, I am the one. Everybody dumb. My pawns on my echo wood, then a loaded gun. I don't need to stun, cause I am the one. I do this for fun, I do this for fun. I am the one, I am.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel, and this is the return of the Pro Show. You have asked, and there's only one way I can deliver. I have to deliver with the one person who was the first guest on the Pro Show, and now he is in a good place and in a much better space to give you the insight to everything that has transpired over the time. But without further ado, people, allow me to first introduce my co-host, Total Thai Talks. What are you telling me, my bro?
So over to my side, guys, I am just excited about the fact that we are doing another Pro Show. It's honestly been way too long, and you know what? If we have to come back with a special guest, who better than the man that's sitting between us? What do you think, D?
No one better, my man. He started this thing. You know, people can always talk about whether you are the 10th, you are the 20th to the 100th, but when you are the first.
Exactly.
The first.
It feels different.
It always stays. Without further ado, let's give a round of applause to our guest and our new champion, Mr. Ruzaigh Gamildien'S.
Thanks, guys.
How are you, sir?
Thanks, guys. It's always an honor and a privilege to come on the show, being one of the first to help you build this platform. And yeah, I'm in a good space. I feel good, and it's just good to be home.
You look a bit different. Is it just me, or does he have like a winning glow to him?
It's aura, bro. It's aura,
something
bro.
in there.
It's aura.
It's
Come
like
on.
a different kind of shine. Like your pregnancy, and then you get when you're winning something.
Yeah, you know,
and it's like, yay,
It's like
it's
winning
golden.
aura. It's like doggism in you.
No, to be honest, guys, it's just how can I say? It's just when you're happy, like you can just see your skin glows, your football. You enjoy your football, you know. So I just think I'm at a place where I'm at peace with how my football career has turned out, and yeah, that's just maybe the inner glow that's coming out.
I love, but let's get straight into it though. We are gonna touch on those what has happened, what has transpired over the time. But last time we spoke, you had just finished your season at Royal AM. We all know what has transpired at the club since then. I don't want to go too much into that and all of that. But how did it come about that you ended up leaving Royal AM?
So as you know, Royal AM was they faced a transfer ban.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to obviously keep the players that was at the club already under contract. So when they were stalling it because at the end of my 2 years that I spent, there was a option that was
To extend.
Needed
So
to
it was a
exercise.
2 year with the option to extend.
Yes.
Okay.
So they were telling me, no, we're gonna sign until the last day, like maybe say, how can I say, a month before the league starts. They tell me no. They called me in. They tell me no. The club can't afford me anymore. I need to take a pay cut, and yeah. But now, so I asked the club why do I need to take a pay cut? Why can't we just stay on the same wages and we just carry on? Like why only selective few? Why not everyone taking a pay cut? Because
So it was mainly directed at you then, like you were one of the specific, like let's say chosen players that had to be like, this is the person that has to take a pay cut, and then the rest of the squad can stay the same.
that's at the start it looked like that, but it was actually like maybe 6 guys
Okay.
at the time that they wanted us to take a pay cut, and without even negotiating, just bro, you need to take a pay cut, and that's it.
So in order to actually carry on with your normal contract that was already sorted and everything, if you want to kind of carry on at the club, then okay, you're gonna need to take a pay cut.
Imagine. So I told the manager at the time, like I think it's best that we both part our ways, because if you guys can't keep me on the same money that you've been affording, so why do I have to take a pay cut? And then that was it. We parted ways. I went home. I was maybe at home for 2 weeks, and then I spoke not everybody knew that I was free. So maybe it was a bit difficult in the beginning, like to find a club. But then obviously I had a good relationship with Brandon Truter. So Brandon Truter gave me a call. He wanted me at Richards Bay, but then there was also some altercation at Richards Bay. and then Coach Simo they actually played a friendly Maritzburg against Richards Bay, and that's when Coach Brandon spoke to Coach Simo and mentioned my name, and then he gave me a call, and then the rest is history.
Nice, man.
I want to ask this question though. So, you were a free agent at that point. Obviously, there could have come a lot of clubs coming in for you, but you start the season in the Motsepe Foundation Championship at Durban City. What is your mental state at this point in time? Because another player would have thought about, you know what, I'm in the PSL, now I have to drop down to the Motsepe Foundation. Another player would have given up. What is your mental state at the time?
To be honest with you, Devin, like that first 3 periods, that first 3 weeks when I came home after the disappointing news I had with my previous club, like it was in the back of my mind to like just say, hey, let me just retire. And because to be honest with you, like my love for the game really took a dip when I was that side. I won't lie to you. And obviously now that I got a new opportunity with a different club, and I did my research, like they have been running the club nice, so and good and as professional as possible. So I just told myself, like, bro, you're getting another chance. Let's give it one more push. Let's show them that you weren't the problem.
100%.
And that's what mentally pushed me to actually actually push me to help my team win the league.
You say that that your passion and your love for the game kind of took a dip while you were that side. This is something that a lot of people that's watching right now actually don't hear a lot of footballers speak about. They mainly only hear that after the retirement comes. But can you maybe go into some more detail about like what exactly do you mean by your passion and your love for it? Like how was it attending training sessions? How was it at the games? How was it when you now told, okay, we're going to push in another training session today and you have to go there, but the passion isn't there?
Like, let's be honest, we all watched our chairman play. So imagine they selecting the chairman before you.
I know what you
Like achieving all you've achieved throughout your career, and they choosing the chairman over you, or like the chairman's in the team but you can't make the team. So that's when I really thought like maybe this is the sign, man. Like maybe I should just call it. And coming to training every day, knowing that there's no hope. It's not up to what you do at training, as when they want you to play. So for me, I always had to remind myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And obviously, I have to think about my family at home. I have to think about my wife. I have to think about friends, not letting them down. And yeah, but it was very difficult, and at times mentally, like it was very difficult to cope. Being so far away from your family, going through what you have to go through, but maybe, how can I say, the connection I always had with like my teammates inside that little thing, like maybe pulled me through at times.
No, Fizz. Look, well, you ended the season with 7 goals and 5 assists, and you are now officially a league champion, obviously considering what has happened with the disciplinary stuff and all of that jazz going on. And back in the PSL, what does this league title mean to you personally, especially considering your journey through various clubs over the years?
Obviously, this one means a lot to me because I can finally say I won the league, even though it's the first division, even though we have aspirations to win the main one. But we know at the age, so we just have to be grateful for the man above for pushing us this far. And yeah, like I said, like this one really means a lot to me, to finally win a league and promote the team and actually keep my promise to the chairman, because I told him from the beginning, like, we will win the league, because like I could feel like, you know, as a player, you it's a nice thing to feel wanted, man. And then obviously when you get that love from your chairman,
100%.
you will obviously do your best.
Of course.
And that's what helped me carry myself and the team throughout this league, and it really means a lot to us.
Was there a lot of pressure on your shoulders also, because coming into the team you were also seen as the person that came from the PSL, the person who is now stepping into it. You still new, but also you have a leadership role in the squad. They're looking up to you. How did that also feel, knowing that you also played a role in that to, even though you were going through your own stuff personally, you still helped to actually really carry this team to where they are because it's all through your guidance. How does that feel?
Nah, that's correct. That's a very good question as well. But obviously, coming in from the beginning, I knew I had to play like a senior role within the team, and obviously help the younger ones also improve their game. And the chairman also put it to me straight, like, listen here, you one of the senior men. I sign you for because I know what you can do, and you can help this team go to greater heights. And for me, technically, there was never pressure, like on my shoulders, but just the pressure knowing that I need to perform. I need to show the younger ones with my performance, because it's easy to do it with words, but you need to also show it on the field.
100%.
Like off the field, yeah, I'm a bit of a clown, you know. But on the field, I always shows my level.
You know when to switch it on.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question, and I want to talk about this league title run now. Can you walk me or walk us through pivotal moments or matches in the season that were crucial to you guys winning the title?
To be honest, I think where we actually stretched a bit of the gap was the last 5 games leading into the December break, because we went on a good run. I think we won like 3 games and drew 2.
There was that one game where that Brad just got a horrible throw-in that I remember, which where you guys lost 1. I think it was Uppington. I think.
No, that was leading up to December.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking about near the end.
Yeah, no, not near the end.
No, but that moment stands out for me. I'll never forget it. But anyway, Karen.
No, but that 5 towards that last 5 towards December, that opened the gap.
Oh.
So when we came back January, we still had like a 9-point gap, bro. So I think, like, and when we came back, we also we picked up where we left. That first 2 games that we won was very vital. But okay, these last 5 games was I can say, like, maybe there was 3 moments. It was the 5 games towards December, the 2 games after January break, and then the last 4 games of the season. Because after the last 4 games, we won 3 and lost 1 was the Mulford.
Yeah, it was Mulford, yeah. Yeah, the 1-0, right?
Yes, that when we the 2-1 when we played the second half.
Oh yeah, so where that game, obviously because of the tragedy that occurred, of course.
So that backstretch, we went on a good run.
But overall, how is that pressure going into the final 5? Because I mean, technically, it's still that thing of like, almost like and I'm thinking of that Gerard speech before the slip. It's that thing of like, yes, something can happen here if we just can keep our heads. And you know what? Let's just keep pushing. How did that feel?
To be honest with you, Tyron, like, I never had any doubt in my team, because like, if you had to like actually follow us throughout the season, like, we were dominating teams off the park, and it was just for me a matter of when. If we score the first goal, it's chai.
So when was that feeling that you then got? You were like, yay, check here, I'm gonna get this league this season. Like was there an exact moment or
Very
like
good
an
question.
exact
When did it
performance?
sink in with you
when you were
really?
like,
Sorry to break, but when did it sink in? Like, at what moment did you realize, you know what, we can actually do this?
Like that back forced, that last 5 games of 2024, going into the break.
Sure.
That told me, bro,
Like early.
You are number 1. It's up to them. Let them catch us. And if you want to catch us, you need to beat us. And I felt like we had the best squad in the league at the moment. And obviously,
it showed.
Score lines don't lie.
And also,
yes, we can't have a perfect run, but bro, 58 points.
Exactly. And also that just shows where your experience actually came in, because the fact that you were feeling that meant that you could push that over to the rest of the team, and that also played a massive importance in all of this.
Yeah, that's correct, because because we had such good squad, we could all feed off each other's energies. And like, today it can be me, tomorrow it's you, you're the hero. So like, that was a good thing that we actually had like a team full of goal scorers, and obviously I always used to tell the defenders, like, just do your job.
Yeah,
Then I'll do my
You'll
job.
do yours, but that's how it goes. Yes. Of
Yeah.
course.
So if I
100%.
don't do my job and it's 0,
yeah,
then you can scout
then
me.
you blame me, yeah.
But now I'm scoring, you also
And you conceding
No,
2
no.
on that side of the back end,
Now-
right?
now meet me halfway, man.
Exactly, 100%. No, that's what it is. That's the nature of the game. What I want to ask is, how did the team's dynamics and strategies evolve throughout the season to achieve the success that you guys have achieved?
To be honest, first round, we had a strategy of bringing me on the second half, because the coach explained to me, he had a one-on-one with me, he told me no, because the NFD is supposed to be a bit faster than the PSL, so he's going to use me as like an impact player. And then okay, it worked throughout the first round, but obviously teams get they study the opponent, and they become more wary of their weaknesses and other team strength. So that was a strategy. And then obviously to the latter end of the league, we now got the pressure games. I started the games.
With Kamatuka, of course. Right?
Yeah.
Which was a good move actually, because I think, like I mentioned, the 1-0 game, of course, you guys were more free-flowing. At that point afterwards, there was the 3-0 victory. And of course, everything, the goals started flowing, you guys look more fluid. But having played for numerous clubs across the country, how have these diverse experiences shaped you as a player and as an individual off the field?
To be honest, Devon, it's
Because you've seen a lot, let's be honest. You've
Yeah,
been
I've-
through the hardships, let's be honest.
yeah, but obviously, being from Cape Town, you have your own culture. When you move to another province, you have to now mix your culture within. You have to sync it basically
Of course.
with theirs, and not make it seem like you want to be an outsider, because it's easy to be treated like an outsider once you don't sync your beliefs with theirs.
100%.
Because I always say, like, it's easy to play in another province. It's easy. But can you gel with the players that you're going to play with?
Can you go into a bit more detail about this? Because funny enough, this is something that a lot of people actually don't realize. Like, a lot of people always say, yeah, this player can just come to this club in this province or in this country, but a lot of people don't actually understand the cultural shift that much. Can you go into more detail about it, since you're someone that knows it personally, like what it feels like to go and play? It may still be in South Africa, but like from South Africa point to another South Africa point, but they don't understand that even just from Cape Town to Josie to Durban, there's a total cultural shift. Can you just explain that a bit more for us?
That's why, like I always say, Darren, it's very important to like know your teammates, because there's certain teammates you can make a joke with.
There we go. Yeah.
There's certain guys you can't make jokes
Of
with.
course.
You don't know how they'll react or
True.
they'll respond. Now you maybe say the wrong thing to one guy, he keeps in his mind for the whole season.
whole season,
That obviously your thinking won't be on par in the game of field.
Of course.
In the game of play.
Of course.
So that's why I always take my time to get to know each and everyone in the team. So I already know what to say to who, and
Because they took to you, I've seen videos on Insta and that, like they actually took to you, and it's like you were part of the, the camaraderie, if I'm making sense. But carry on.
like I explained to Taran, off the field I am a bit
Yeah.
crazy clown. So I'm always there joking with the boys, always doing my thing. And when there's like a cultural thing that has to be done within the team, remember we lost our one of our players,
100%.
so that also opened my eyes to like their culture, the Zulu culture, and like there was things we had to do like spiritually, which I wasn't against, because like at the end of the day, if you really want to not be one of them, but know their thinking,
Of
you
course.
also
Be
need
respectful towards
to
them.
also
Of course.
understand their and respect their culture.
100%.
So that basically like opened me up to embracing their culture as well, and obviously that helped our chemistry on the field. You can see with the last results.
Of course.
We looked strong and
Yeah.
we looked like a team.
100%. How do you maintain motivation and focus throughout these highs and lows in the football season? Because it is a long season. How do you maintain that? Because I always wanted to know that. How do you always keep yourself mentally switched on at every
Because
moment?
it's a long season.
It's draining. It's draining for me as a fan. Right?
Imagine how it feels for
watching
us.
him. Imagine he is in there day
Yeah.
in, day out, training. Because in football, I believe Monday to Friday, you maintain your job. On the weekend, you attempt to keep your job. Because that's what happens. That's where people don't see what happens behind the scenes.
And especially also, getting into that, I want you to answer that one, but also the aspect of then being told that you're also going to be the impact player. Because now you know, like I'm training all week, but at the same time, I may not have a full 90 minutes to now show off what I can do. So I need to be ready for that moment when I come on. And also, while you are on the bench about to come on, that mental thing of like, hey, I can already spot all the weaknesses here. As soon as I come on, I'm going to do it.
Like that's exactly what I do. What you're saying, Tyron. Like on the bench, you get a different view of the game. Like you know exactly where the spaces are, what you have to do when you come on, and that's also just being a professional. Like we're not gonna sulk on the bench. Come now.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
big
You
boy.
can't, you can't.
We're
You're a
big boy.
yeah, 100%.
So I'm gonna make use of that 20 minutes that I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna try and show the coach that I can. In that 20 minutes that I got, I can score. I can set someone up. I can have shots. You know what I mean? I'm impacting the game on the positive way. So, and the motivation to keep that mental strength is obviously my family, my wife, and the most important thing is the why. Why did you start playing this game? And obviously, not being the one to let the team down. That's also a big one for me. I don't like being the guy that let the team down.
And that comes back to the passion side of it also, because now
That's
you have the passion for the game again. And I mean, you can see that throughout the season, like how is it just me? Like you look happy on the pitch, like that old meme that you used to see about like Ronaldinho back in the day, never stop smiling. That's kind of how it is with you. Like you have your moments when you scallop with defenders, but at the same time you like you just look happy to be part of what happened this season. So was there a mental shift like from the past few years going into now? Like are you more at ease with where you are now, and it's more like you really are enjoying every single game that comes along?
No, like to be honest with you, it's just like us as footballers. I don't know if other footballers feel the same. Like just for me, it's more almost like that small bragging rights, man. When you do well and you scored, you know, it's
I know
small,
what you
man.
mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? So the next time you play, they have that fear to say, okay, no, hey, this guy is very dangerous, and in the same breath, and like for us, for players of color and maybe white guys and maybe Indian players, it's almost like you have to prove yourself all the time. Even for all these years that I've been playing football, I still feel the need that I have to prove myself to my fellow brothers.
Okay.
I still have what it takes to play football, and the way I play football, I don't have flair. I just do the basics well,
100%.
and that's how I sync my game with his.
Sure.
True. Speaking of that, I always wanted to ask you this. I've been watching you since your days at Santos already. I always wanted to ask you, and I can pick out from those days already how many times you scored in big matches, big moments. I can pick out that Swallows against Pirates. I can pick out all of that. But I'm not good. I could be here all day. I always wanted to ask you, how do you handle pressure in those critical moments, in those big games, like penalty shootouts, critical free kicks, that moment? And I mean, even in the last game that you guys played, you were the one that scored the important goal to win the title for your team.
Yeah.
I always wanted to ask you, what gets you into that mindset, and how do you handle that pressure? Because for me, it is mad, like honestly.
Like, first of all, you need to believe in your abilities. First of all, you need to believe you're the best on the pitch. And with that mentality, you will obviously show that on the pitch, on the field. Like, you need to have some self-belief. And another motivation for me as well was playing in front of my family in the home crowd. Like, that was always my thing, just to score when they watch it. You know what I mean? And like I said, like for as a player, like that small bragging rights, just to say, okay, no, hey, when they came to watch me, I played well. I scored. My team won. People will remember. You know what I mean? So that's small motivation that pushed me also and drive me to to do what I do.
No, fair. It gives you a little bit of a boost, eh?
Yeah.
Knowing that your family are there, of course, and all of that. What I wanted to ask, can you share an instance where your leadership on or off the pitch made a significant difference to the team?
Must have been that last 5.
I would say the JDR Stars game away, like that one, I actually led the team, like full on. Not led the team, but I had some influences with the coach, like telling him when to make the changes and who to bring on. And like that was some of the small leadership qualities like that was coming out that I didn't know I had. And
I was gonna ask you now, did you know you had those qualities in you?
and like half time when we came in, I spoke to the boys. I rallied the boys up. I told them, "Hey, this is our title. If they want to take it, they need to play better than us. But so long we put the effort in on the field, no team will take this title from us." And yeah, that's basically it. That pushed the younger ones also to like raise their level to where we now are today.
You said that you were actually speaking to the coach and also kind of helping him out with the changes and stuff like that. So since your career has been so long, has this been the first club where you could actually do that? Because I mean, coming from the outside, is that something that's normal where the coaches will be, where you'll be in the coach's ear and be like, I think it's time for this tackle to come off so I can come on, man.
No,
like,
but
how does that work?
To be honest with you, Tyron, the coach is very understanding. Like, he always asks, like in the beginning, like it was just a technical team, but then as time started now getting to the pressure side, like he started calling in the senior players and like asking them their
I
opinion.
like that.
And then we even changed the formation, bro.
Sure.
That's nice actually because
We changed the formation.
nice.
We
that
said,
shows
like,
man management. That's a
Yeah.
good man management.
this formation of yours, coach, is killing us, man. So why don't you try this formation? Still come with your game plan, but just in this formation. Bro, we beat Hungry Lions away 2-1. Hungry Lions never lost at
They
home.
don't lose at home, man.
We beat them 2-1. That's same change, bro. And then from there, like he how can I say, he's been trusting us. And yeah, like we work well together. We always share our opinions. He always involve the players when it comes to, okay, this is how I want us to play. What do you think? Then we maybe tell him, okay, no, coach, this is fine. But don't you think if we do this, we'll compromise this? But we're always open, so that was a good thing.
But it never comes to an argument. Like, it never comes down to an argument where another player will be like, man, I don't think that we should try that, because you guys are all kind of on the same wavelength with it.
No, at the end of the day, you're entitled to your own opinion.
100%.
So you will raise your opinion. Like if it does make sense, we'll keep it in mind. But obviously, we'll always try and find the best solution that way.
Sure.
I actually think that's brilliant man management, to be honest
Exactly.
with you, because it's not like one guy walking in, it's a dictatorship. What I say, you listen to me, and whatever what I say goes, because too much in football right now. You see a lot of players being micromanaged, not allowing themselves, being allowed to express themselves, if I'm making sense. But what I actually want to ask is, outside of football, what passions or interests do you pursue that contribute to your overall well-being? Because all we see on TV is Ruzaigh Gamildien'S, the footballer, and then on training. But then behind the scenes, we don't know what goes on when he goes home and relaxes and chills. So I want to know what.
Obviously, being a husband, number one.
Of course.
I have to be a husband, I have to be a brother, I have to be a son. So most of those things, like, it keeps me level-headed, because obviously those are the main people I don't want to disappoint. And yeah, that's just my mental strength. And I'm always in contact with my family, my wife, my friends. I'm always in contact, so I never lose that. You know, that sense of I miss home.
Yeah.
Like leave football now. Like I'm always level-headed. I'm always okay.
How has your upbringing in Cape Town football influenced your football journey and your style of play?
To be honest, like I wish I was in an academy much earlier in my when I started loving football. I think I would have become a much better player than what I am today. Obviously, knowing the things I know now, maybe back then.
Back then, yeah, of course.
So, like, obviously, Cape Townian players are known for their technique and hard running and playing with passion. And obviously over the years playing with and growing up with good footballers obviously improved my game as well.
So firstly, Mania, I just want to say thank you so much for being an inspiration to so many other young players that are currently going through their career, and they also busy thinking about like, yo, where am I going to be in 10 years from this, 10 years from now? And also the people who are, as you and Greg like to put it, the twilight of your career. You also one of those people that's still showing them it doesn't matter how much years you think you have left, you can still do something now, and you can do something special. You can win leagues, you can get back into PSL, and you still have this opportunity to do something else that's really special. And I just want to say congratulations on that. Congratulations on everything that you've been doing, and also big ups to you for always maintaining the fact that you're always keeping your family first, you're always keeping your spirituality first, and you're keeping yourself first. Like, that's the thing. You always have that core belief, and that's what's taking you through so much. So I want to say thank you so much for coming on today and for telling us all of this. And I have one more question for you. So somewhere out there, so someone out there who's busy watching the video right now, that might be someone that was where small Zaki was. That's the person that's now sitting there and watching this video, and they either about to start their career or they just already started it. What advice do you have for that person?
Okay, to answer your question, I'll start with make your family proud, keep doing what you're doing, work hard, keep your head down, just work hard. Don't listen to any negative news around you. Just keep pushing, and obviously, like I say, make your family proud. And another thing on top of that, to also thank you guys for allowing me to come on the show. It's always a privilege being on the show, and I know we've come very, very long from what we were to what we are now, and I appreciate the growth, and we can only get better. And whenever you need me on the podcast, I'll always be available. And yeah, thank you so much, Tyler.
Palm trees swaying with the ocean as my guide. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Top down riding, let the West Coast vibe.
I am the one. Everybody duck. My puns on my echo wood, then a loaded gun. I don't need to stun, cause I am the one. I do this for fun, I do this for fun. I am the one, I am